Hello, it's Friday, which means that it's time for another weekend vlog, and it means it's also time for another Casey's adventure of, that's what I'm having for dinner is gas station food. I also, on my second day of my new Solidairs, and I don't have any blisters, and it's been really great, honestly. Last time I got a new pair, the first pair of Solar Bears I got, my purple ones, for some reason they kept like digging into the top of my foot. I don't know why. Like it was just a really hard, sharp pain there. It did that like for most of the time I had them, honestly. Even after I had them for like a year, it would do that if I wore them for too long. But these ones, no issues whatsoever. Very excited. They're really good. They're really nice. I think they're really cool looking. So what I'm eating for lunch today, dinner, I guess. I mean, lunch I had a handful of fun-sized candy. Cherry sours, munchies, chicken tenders, and voodoo, and jelly jams here too. I also have a bunch of packages that I'm probably gonna unbox some once I'm done eating, but I'm starving. What else do I have here? I got ketchup, I got ranch. I'll probably do ranch. I'm gonna do some ranch with my chicken tenders. That's what we're doing today. Hello. So I have some packages here. The first one, thrift books. These are for the classroom. So let's see what we've got. Because it is a book month now, I can kind of buy whatever the hell I want for books. So going forward on these weekend reading vlogs, there might be more for me. But I do have, this one was requested by one of my 5th graders. D-Day, The Invasion of Normandy, 1944. This is the Young Readers edition. I don't know if he wanted the Young Readers edition, but he's 11, so I figured I'd get him the Young Readers edition. He's a very, very bright kid. Really likes anything to do with like war or history and stuff like that. So got that. I've also got Anya's Ghost, which was not requested, but which I thought would be a good spooky little graphic novel to throw in there in my library. I got Harry Potter and the Goblet of Fire, and I have a handful of Harry Potter books. I don't have this one, so I figured grab it. I got Dragon's Tooth by N.D. Wilson, which is the first in like a fantasy series or something. I don't know. At this point, sometimes on thrift books, I'm just going, you know. Who knows? Who knows what I'm gonna get next? Oh, I'm gonna throw it on the floor. Then I've got 2 like Who It Was books. I got Amelia Earhart and Sitting Bull. So we got a couple more of these. These are always popular and they're nice because there's just some nice little nonfiction. Kids like nonfiction. Kids like them, and they're pretty high in Lexile. I don't make kids read Lexile, their Lexile, especially when I have kids who are really high readers. But you know, you don't want sometimes you want your student who's reading at an 8th grade level to read something other than Dogman. So there's that. Then book of the month. So because it's a book month, I got all the add-ons I could. So these are all from me, and I'm very excited for it. So let's open you up. Okay, I think this is my book that I picked for the month. So the monthly pick I got was Dearest by Jackie Walters, which is a horror book. Yeah, it's a horror novel, or it's a horror thriller. I don't know. It looked pretty fun. And then I also picked up Incidents Around the House by Josh Mallerman, which is I read, what's it called? I read Bird Box. It was fine. But this looked kind of fun. Josh Mallerman has been he's been popping up more and more, and I think he's getting better, is what I've heard. I also grabbed Intermezzo by Sally Rooney. I've never read a Sally Rooney book, but I figured maybe pick it up, kind of start to see what she's got going on here, because she's very popular, and she's kind of the it girl of the lipstick world at this point. Then Middle of the Night by Riley Sager. I read by Riley Sager. I'm mixing him up with Grady Hendrix in my head. I read something by Riley. I read Lock Every Door. Is that the one that I read? God, which one did I read? I read one of his books. I think it was Home Before Dark. I'm pretty sure Home Before Dark is the one that I read. but this one looked fun because this is the first one I've seen where he has a male protagonist, and he always has female protagonists, which is kind of funny. And then the last one I grabbed is, oh gosh, Divine Rivals by Rebecca Ross, which has been very popular, and I heard it's kind of dark academia-y, and I was interested. And then our beautiful bookmark this time. And my last little package here is not a book, and I know what this is. I know what it is. It is... Okay. This took so long that I had to order another set because I went 1 week without doing this. And if you follow me on Instagram, you'll know that every Friday I have a Faygo. And so I ordered some black cherry Faygo, which I have to order online because they don't have it this far west. You can get it in Minnesota. I live in North Dakota. So I ordered it, and it took so long, so long, that I ordered some off of Amazon. So I ordered this off of eBay, and so I ordered, I don't have Amazon, so I got some other Faygo here. And so I had a Faygo Friday without a Faygo, which I think means I get to have 2 Faygos today, but maybe not. But yeah, that is what that's what I got going on. So now I do have my 8-pack black cherry Faygo here, as well as I've got peach, I got, orange, I got fruit punch, I got, oh my god, I have so many random things here. I got red pop, I got, this is the one I had today. I had a kiwi strawberry today. It was okay, it was a little weird. And I got my favorite flavor, grape. Grape Faygo is my favorite. But yeah, that is that. These are my new beautiful books. And then some new books for my library. This weekend, I read more this week than I have previously. I've read 5 books so far this week. I would like to read more this week. I'm reading an adult book right now. It's Mind Walker. It's pretty good. I could grab it out of my bag. This is correct grading I have to do. Here it is. I'm like 100 pages in. It's pretty good. It's kind of typical of the time, of the dystopians of the time, but it's interesting enough. I'm also using as a bookmark my Victor Hugo thing by Carolyn, a booktuber that I really like. She reads a lot of classics, but that's what I'm reading. It's better than I thought it would be. I think pretty good might be exaggerating a little bit, but it's better than I thought it would be. It's very, very in line with the dystopians of the time. It's from like 2015. It reminds me of stuff like Matched, but better than Matched. Matched was really, really bad, but it's not like on the level of like the Hunger Games, you know. But no, I will probably finish this tonight. I'm hoping to. I gotta pick all this shit up. I meant to go to the post office today to mail a package, a bunch of nonfiction books out to some guy who bought them off of eBay. I do technically have until Monday, but we had testing scores for the 5th graders come in, so I went and I talked to the other 5th grade teacher and said about our kids' math scores. So that's why that didn't happen today. I could do it tomorrow. I got like a 30-minute window. If I go, I think like between 9 and 9:30, the post office is open. But otherwise I'll have to go on Monday after school, and I have to go on Monday after school. So I'll probably just go Monday after school. That's my thought. But yes, there's that. So tonight, finish reading. Hopefully, maybe finish reading Mind Walker. Finish my cherry sours. Drink my voodoo. Maybe do some writing. I don't know. I guess we'll see. Clean up a bit. I really want to buy Dagger Mike off of Spirit Halloween, because there's so many like codes where you can get him, and then he's cheaper, and he's my favorite, but I don't know where I'd put him. Like, I'd probably keep him up year round, but I don't know like where. You know, I was thinking like maybe if I clear out by my desk, like not on this side of my TV, but on the other side of the TV, maybe like not where those DVDs are, but there, you see, by that bookshelf. Maybe that's my thought. But even with the discounts, he's still like $150, and like I don't really want to drop $150 on a clown animatronic, but like I do, but I know like I shouldn't, is my thing. But I love Dagger Mike. I love Dagger Mike. He's my favorite, and he's little. He's only little. You know. I don't know. I might buy Dagger Mike. I might buy Dagger Mike this year. We'll see. We will see. If I get to go back to Spirit, probably. If I get to go back to Spirit after we get paid next, I probably will buy Dagger Mike. But if I don't, or if it's at a time when I don't have any money, I probably won't buy Dagger Mike. I don't know. I really like him. But yes, that is that. I hope to watch some movies this weekend, maybe. I haven't been watching any movies. I've watched any movies since like September 15th or something like that. The last movie I watched was Tusk, which was a hot second ago. But I would like to. I've been really, really craving House of a Thousand Corpses recently. I don't know, and it's spooky month. You know, it's the best month of the year. So, yeah, I gotta clean this up. I gotta get going on doing stuff. I will talk to you as things happen. All right, I'm having a book in the bath, and I'm finishing up Mindwalker. So I did finish up Mindwalker. It reminded me of the rule of one, is the world. I think that's what it was called. It was yellow. It was about the twins. One of them, like, you could only have one kid kind of thing. Let me see. Yes, definitely. Yeah. The world reminded me of the rule of one, with just the technology, the fact that everything was based in cities, and the Canadian propaganda. I don't know what it is about these young adult dystopian books, but I feel like all of them that came after the Hunger Games took the why didn't the Hunger Games mention what about stuff about the other countries way too seriously. And then they're all like, yeah, Canada, that's where the resistance is, every single fucking one of them. Why Canada every single time? Why is it Canada? Why isn't it Mexico? I'm just saying, they got more fighter power down there. I don't know. But that was a poorly landing and in poor taste cartel joke, I think. I don't know. But it was okay. I could understand what it was trying to do. It did seem a little like anti-medication in a way when it comes to mental health. I don't think I've seen a dystopian deal with mental health in this way before, and it's a little, I mean, yeah, like, our experiences make us who we are, and I think that was the kind of the main thesis here. Is the rule of one straight up a full series? Hello? Oh my god. It is. It's a trilogy. God damn. Okay. Well, the first book wasn't good enough that I don't think I want to read the other two. But, anyway, Mindwalker. It was fine. You know, I've read much worse young adult dystopians. I'm glad I finished it. I'm glad I read it. It was a quick read. It was darker than I thought it was going to go in a lot of places. It was pretty predictable. But then again, I'm 27 and I read hundreds of books a year, and I'm not, you know, maybe if I'd read this in 2015 when I was fresh out of high school, it wouldn't have been so predictable to me. But I was like, for me, the minute that there was like that glitch in the memory, I was like, oh, this is what happened, and that was what happened. So yeah, I think I'm gonna say 4. I'm gonna say 4 out of 5 stars, because, you know, when it comes to books like this, where I'm not the target audience anymore, I have to give them some grace. You know, that's my teacher speak coming out. Give it some grace. Unfortunately, it's a little too mature in a lot of ways for me to put in a 5th grade classroom. So we're gonna put that over there. We're gonna pick our next book. What are we reading? What are we reading next? Random.org. 1 through 7. 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So it's going out of the TBR cart. 20. Let me see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. All right. 1,500 Miles from the Sun by Johnny Garcia Villa, which is a queer young adult Achillean soccer situation. Should be a quick read. What the hell? Yeah, I'm okay with it. Alright, so homework this weekend is not that much. I gotta finish a paper and work a little bit more on an assignment for my library class that's due next week. But no, it's not very heavy at all, which is kind of nice. Just kind of made this up. So we'll see how that is in, I don't know, an hour. and checking on it, see how soft the beans are every 20 minutes, because they're not cans, which makes me sad. It's about 100 pages into this one. It's good. It's a good one. You know, I'm interested to see. It's kind of got a slow start, so I'm kind of interested to see like when it all comes to a head, because we do have some kind of light themes of child abuse in here, especially homophobic child abuse. So I'm interested to see how this turns out, because there's like a warning in the front, like, let me pull that up. Oh my gosh, huh? Didn't realize that. Anyway, moving on. Author's note. We got like physical abuse now that affects mental health, language use, and homophobic manner, and forced outing. So hopefully, not hopefully, but I'm interested to see where that all kind of comes out. So we've had a little, but not a ton. Let's see what my children did to the room. Other children are thinking that somebody died in here. Came back to my October Hansama, so let's see what we got this month. I am actually kind of have a renewed excitement for Hansama now, because a little bit I've started to actually read some of the manga, and some of them I've really enjoyed. Like I Want to Do Bad Things with You, that was really fun. So I'm actually more excited now than I was previously. Not saying that I would order if I wasn't excited, but I'm just saying, like, it's been renewed. So, oh my gosh, I see blood because it's October. Fun. Okay. So the first one, we've got, this is Tuga Anki, Legend of the Cursed Blood, Volume 1. And then From Old Country Bumpkin to Master Swordsman, my hotshot disciples are all grown up now and they won't leave me alone. Which has the possibility to be fun, but it does kind of give me too many isekai vibes, so I'm a little wary of that one. And then the last one, Trillion Game, Volume 1. Interesting. So that is that. That's this month's. None of them really, like I said, this one has the possibility. This one is either going to be really funny and I'm really going to like it, or it's going to be a waste of time. So I guess we'll see what these look like. But if they are any, I mean, like I said, I've read 3 volumes now. 2 of them at this point I intend to continue on with. So hopefully these are good. I did also get a Coke and a bag of jelly beans from the grocery store, because I guess we're back on that sort of bullshit of, if I eat a healthy lunch that I made from scratch, I made soup. I wish I would have filmed it. I made soup from scratch without a recipe. I just kind of threw stuff in there. It was like some beans and 3 potatoes, like little ones, and the can of corn and half a block of Velveeta and whatever the shit. I made it. I made it on the stove, and I had that for lunch, along with some like berry like cobbler thing that I also kind of threw together because I had frozen berries in the freezer. I'm getting pretty fucking good at just like using what I have to like make some sort of meal. But on the other hand, I either do that or I just eat candy for dinner, and that's, I guess, what I'm planning on today. So that's that. We're gonna start this game today. Alright, I did finish up 1500 Miles from the Sun, and it was cute. It was good enough. It's not like my favorite. I don't think it's gonna like be like a mainstay in my head or heart, but I did enjoy it. It was clearly very personal, very horny, real horny, in a very teen boy kind of way, which is, I mean, the main character is the teen boy, so it makes sense. But yeah, probably like a 4-star on this one. Like, it was good. Wasn't my favorite, wasn't my least favorite. It was fine. So next up, I gotta pick my next book. We gotta figure out what I'm reading next. I don't need my grad school website. 6. Ooh. I next am to be picking something off the horror bingo. I did make a video about this that will probably be up before this vlog, but who knows. I made a video with my TBR. So let's see which one we're doing. We've got five. Yeah, we'll just use the random number generator. 25. We got 18, which is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. So book club pick. For book club pick, I kind of cheated because for most of these I kind of cheated. I don't really I don't do book clubs. So what I picked was one that was a book of the month book. So I'm gonna cut this out, and this is how I'm doing it, is by just cutting it out here. That's how we have this marked off. So my book club pick. Let's see if I can find that. I'm pretty sure it was 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, no, 25, 24, 23, 22, 21, 20. Yes, it was. Listen and Go by Amy Tintera. I read her reboot series when I was a young one. So I am interested to see how she does when we get into like adult thrillers. So I am going to, what I'm going to do, I'm going to take this into this book so that I can forever remember that it was part of this. I mean, I will probably get rid of this book, full disclosure. I just don't foresee this as something that is going to be good enough that I want to keep it on my shelves, but I want to tape that in there. I think that's fun. So yeah, that is my next book, Listen for the Lie. I'm excited. This is my first book off of that horror bingo challenge situation. So that's super fun. But yeah, this is what I'll be starting tomorrow. I'm not starting tonight. I'm probably just gonna do my night stuff and then go to bed. You know, update all my spreadsheets and all that jazz. Because I'm tired. It's 9 p.m. and I wake up early, so I go to sleep early. So yeah, this is my next read. It's a thriller, so it is very short. So I will probably finish it tomorrow. I'll probably start another book tomorrow, which is very exciting. But yeah, that is all. Yo, I did not even notice until I was doing my spreadsheet, my book wall spreadsheet. But Richiro Inagaki did this one. Yo. Hello, iShield 21. I don't understand the point of this when we've only had Lucy's point of view. Hello. So I just got back from being out and about. One would think that when I was out and about, that is when I would vlog, but one would be wrong. We went to a town about an hour away. We went to Pizza Ranch. We went to the corn maze, and we went to Walmart. I love a corn maze. I do. I am a no map kind of person. I just go off of instinct, and I'm always faster. Me and Steven, we'll go through twice. One time I lead, one time he leads. I will just go through. I'll just run through. And I'll always get out way faster than he will, and he uses the map. It's very fun. Even though I always go first. So, there's that. I did, however, on the drive, finish up Listen for the Lie by Amy Tintera, and this was fun. I mean, it's very classic thriller, you know. I think that it falls into a lot of tropes that a lot of thrillers do, especially with who the villain really was and stuff like that. It was like, yeah, I understand. Yeah, definitely. But it was fun. I mean, like, these tropes are classic tropes for a reason, and honestly, I loved Ben. I thought Ben was super fun. And the scene when after she tells him that she was thinking about killing him, hotter than most romance novels. I'm not gonna lie. I'm gonna say that there. I'm gonna leave it at that. But this was super fun. I really enjoyed it. I did. Is it a full 5? Probably not. I'm gonna say probably like a 4.5 because like I said, like it had a lot of really kind of overdone tropes. This is, I believe, Chintera's adult debut. I did read the reboot duology when I was in high school, and I remember enjoying them, but I do know that they weren't like anything groundbreaking, and I think that's kind of where this falls too. Like, it's enjoyable, but it's nothing groundbreaking. She's a solid mid-list kind of gal. So let's see what we read next. Let's see what we are reading next. If I've ever explained how I do this, so when I pick what I do next, I have a couple of different stacks. I've got 2 stacks under my desk. One of them is new books, one of them is rereads from my shelves, and then I've got my TBR cart, and then I've got the book wall, the book closet, and then I've got my horror bingo books, and then I've got my Kindle. And so the first thing I do is 1 through 6, and so 1 through 6, 3 means the TBR cart, and then what I do is I do 1 through 20, and I count 20, or however many it is, it's 8. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And that just so happens to be the pairing by Casey McQuiston. We are tearing through these Book of the Month books right now, aren't we? So next I'll be reading the pairing. I have only read Red, White, and Royal Blue by McQuiston, and I enjoyed it. I thought it was a fun little romance. So we will see how this is. This I have heard mixed things about. Actually, I haven't heard very much about this. I've seen a lot of people get it in Book of the Month. This was like a popular pick in August, because McQuiston is pretty popular, but I haven't seen anybody talk about it, so I guess we'll see. I'm doing so many 2024 releases right now, man. Damn, this is great. All right, that's what we got right now. And I actually got rid of both of them under my desk. I'm sure the one of the new books will repopulate itself. I mean, I know it will, especially since it's a book month. But the only one that I had down there that was on my list of books I want to reread for my shelves is When You Talk About Kevin, which I did manage to fit onto the TBR cart upon taking out the pairing, which is pretty thick. So my feet won't be kicking anything, at least until I do another book haul, which actually might be coming soon, because again, it's a book month, and because it's a book month, I got lots of add-ons for Book of the Month, and then my Hansama came in, and also the All for the Game special editions came in, so it's starting to fill up, and I haven't even really done anything book monthy yet, other than the extra Book of the Months. All right, so I did just finish up all my homework I did do for the week, so that's all set. That's good. All right, even though I've been really, really into, hold on one second. I was watching a booktube video and they were just holding up Beartown. I'm like, I love Beartown. I gotta be listening, so I would talk first. Even though I've been really into Cats of the Approach, I know I'm so close to finishing whatever it's called, For My Country, the Tina novella. So I might just focus in on that this week and see if I can finish that draft so that I can get it rolling, so that I can really focus in on Kaz, because Nano's next month. I don't know what I have a couple of ideas what I'm doing. I might scrap it and just do another Odds Boys book. So we'll see. I don't know. I have an idea of what I'm doing, but I might not. But I might. I don't know. Either way, I think I'm gonna focus in on For My Country, so I can get the Tina novella out of the way, so that I can really focus on Cass. So I think that's gonna be my best case scenario for getting everything published this year that I want to get published. So that's that idea. She likes it. Good. She's right. I don't have to unsubscribe. Welcome back. Alright, so I did just reread all of what I had written down for the Tina novella, because it's been a while since I've worked on it, and I forgot just how fun it is. Like, I really liked exploring some of these characters, and Kai is the runaway favorite from Circus Wings. He's everybody's favorite. He's my favorite. He's everybody who reads his favorite. Everybody loves Kai. And it's so fun. It's so fun to see him again, because you know if you read Circus Wings. I didn't know it was going to be a series, and so that happened. But no, I think I know what we're doing next. Let me see what I've got next on my little thing here. Where were we? We were... Okay. So we were adding some little stuff in there. Oh yeah, I moved up Alessandra Saves Kai and gives him a job. So we talked a little bit. I really did just kind of brush over all the Revolution stuff, didn't I? I did. Which is, I mean, all right. So right now I have to kind of fill in some stuff until we time skip when Rico arrests Kai in Circus Wings. So because this is really about Rico and Kai's kind of relationship, bromance, if you will. I don't know if this is gonna be long enough to be a. I mean, I guess you can make it a paperback too, even if it's real short. But I think it's mostly gonna be an ebook thing. It's just a little novella situation here. But yeah, honestly, I think I'm farther. This is so short that it's literally just a page of notes. That's what my outline is. It's one page. So yeah, I think I'm gonna finish up because right now where I'm at, it's the last day of their training. It's the morning. We got Kai, Rico, Jocelyn, and Akil all in the baths. You don't know Jocelyn and Akil; they're not important. They were Catriana's guards actually. They never got names in the original series just because Catriana didn't care about her guards. So they were not as big of characters. When we had Catriana's point of view, I'm sure. I don't know if they survived. I'm sure Jocelyn and Akil, neither of them would have, especially not Akil, would have, I don't know, Akil might have gone along with it if Jocelyn did, with what happened at the end of Royal Blood. But anyway, I'm gonna get right